We go into the next page. The Phantom is on Hero and Devil is following. We have a location of where he is right now, and that is Ramsford Village, deep in the Bengalian jungle. In the panels, they talk about the Phantom has 1,000 eyes and 1,000 ears. You never find the Phantom, he finds you. The next panel says, "Greetings, I come seeking your help." Next panel, "It is true, our young men have been leaving in their droves to seek employment in this mine. They send good money back here to their mothers, so we are happy. Now, you tell me that many of these boys are dying? We have not heard this. I have it on good authority that other villages have seen left with no young men whatsoever." Next, the bottom panel now. "I fear that this is inevitable for your community. Finding this mine is my priority right now." The old man sort of says, so the Phantom says, it will be known, you shall have our assistance, Ghost. We go into the first actual panel with the Phantom in sort of a swampy sort of lake area, and he beginning to say, "Why is it you do not work in the mine with your brothers?" The young man says, "My leg was broken when they came to recruit us. I wanted to go, but they would not have me." The top panel says, "Your luck is better than that of your brother, it would seem." The young native says, "Forgive me for saying so, but it does not feel that way. The mine has been a blessing for my people." Phantom says in the middle panel right now, "I understand. I promise that I will uncover the truth about this mine. If people are being harmed, I'll have no choice but to put a stop to it." The bottom panel, or middle sort of bottom panel now, and they are currently trying to, because the young native, as we take a break from the dialogue, the young native is basically nearly showing the Phantom where the mine is. He then goes on to say, "I pray it is not so. For the first time in years, we have money to buy better housing and medicine for our sick." The next sentence goes on to say, "But people say that no man can refuse the voice of the Phantom. We will honor your decision, Ghost." Now the bottom panel. The young native says, "We are here. The mine is just beyond the next ridge." The Phantom says, "Thank you for your assistance. You do your people proud." He then goes on to say, "Devil, stay here and watch my back." Next page, we actually see pictures of the mine. And we actually, in the first couple of panels, there's no actual dialogue, which is all right in my sort of capabilities of doing this audio mode thing. But we actually get to see sort of what's happening at the mine and how the Phantom is going to interact with the bad people, and how that will develop into the next couple of pages, and how he will destroy this mine if anything is harming the natives of certain tribes. So the Phantom is basically stalking his prey, and then he gets into a sort of house and has a look through their documents, and the documents is, well, helpfully left out for him, and he goes on to say, "There are hundreds of names here. 2 lists, active and inactive. Does inactive mean? Ooh. Does inactive mean that they're dead? That they're dead? Well, we will get to find out in the next couple of pages. Hopefully they're not. Hopefully they're not actual dead. Hopefully they're not. And for the Phantom's sake, I hope he can get out of this, because there's a lot of action coming up in this story, and because I've already read it, I already have a paperback sort of story of it. So I already know what's sort of going to happen. And if you wanted to find out where you could go to Lightning Strike Comics to purchase their comics or get in touch with them, I will put it in the description of this video down below. I'll put the links down below. We now go into the next page, where the Phantom basically karate chops nearly old mate's cigarette out. We go into the first panel. Well, you'll just have to grow a pair and tell him that the schedule is unrealistic. Yeah, 2 more. Those others are almost done. The Phantom karate chops the cigarette out of his face. He then mysteriously disappears and hides the infiltrator. We then go on to the next page with that man down. We only hope that a lot has more to come, where the Phantom will destroy this mine forever. Next page, the Phantom gets into the mine itself, and it actually looks like the mine is basically a slavery sort of type of thing. And the Phantom says in the top right panel, he says, "It's far bigger than I imagined. How deep does this thing go?" In the middle sort of early panel, we get to see what the mine is about and what it's like being at the mine, and how these natives are basically getting treated by slaves. Their natives are being treated like slaves and do the bad works business. We then see a sort of a mining person, and he is basically exhausted. He cannot do anymore, but this old mate, one of the bad guys that are guarding him, drags him. I grow ever keener to meet this McCabe. That's what the Phantom says. Ooh, I wonder what will happen. The Phantom then meets the boss. We start at the left panel, the top left panel. McCabe says, "That's all for today, Helen. I'll see you tomorrow. Have those names I requested, please." The computer says, "Very good, sir." He then goes to put on his jacket, I'm guessing, and the Phantom meets him at the door. "Mr. McCabe, or do you prefer Baron? Can we talk for a moment?" The Phantom he's getting to that point where he's very, very angry at McCabe, and you can actually see that in the picture that we're having a look at right now. The Phantom is basically death staring him into basically a battle. McCabe goes on to say, "Of course, why don't you sit, Phantom? Isn't it, or do you prefer I'd like to know more about you and your business, Baron." Okay, McCabe says, "My favorite topic. What is it you wish to clarify?" "This operation of yours," which is what the Phantom is about to say, "this operation of yours, I've been made aware of some troubling reports. It seems that your workers' terms of employment are somewhat less appealing." We go into the third panel. "I'm sure I don't know what you mean. Feel free to speak to any of my employees. I feel confident that you'll find them a very, very contented bunch." Phantom goes on to say, "The ones that can still speak, you mean?" Morgabe goes on to say, and who appointed you arbiter of these men's destinies? You don't believe in free choice? I had heard that you championed liberties. Phantom goes on to say, I'm here to shut you down, Baron. He then goes on to say, enough. Dispose of him. His daughter then enters the room and challenges the Phantom to a fight to the death. The Phantom basically sees and reacts to what his daughter is about to do, and he dodges. The Morgave's daughter then says, leave, Phantom, either under your own power or on a slab. Then the fight begins. That's the end of that page. The fight then spills out into the mine. The Phantom crashes out through a window. The daughter then says, very good. I was hoping you would choose this. The Phantom goes on to say, careful what you wish for. And the fight begins. Dun, dun, dun. The fight spills into the mine, which I just said. And the Phantom does what he needs to do. The daughter says, what? You would ruin. This is the man of which legend boasts. The Phantom then says, now isn't the time, devil. I just wanted to take their measure. Well, be back. Dun, dun, dun. The daughter goes on to say, he'll be back. We should
How's it going,
prepare.
guys? So I hope you enjoyed Phantom Comics in audio mode this week. I will be hoping to get part 3 out there very soon. It will be out there, I guess, probably in the next couple of weeks. And I hope you have been enjoying these audio mode, Phantom Comics in audio mode. As always, keep Phantom Caving, and we'll see you next time on the Phantom Cave YouTube channel. See yous.